I don't know what it was, but flashback Victor Martinez wasn't getting the job done behind the plate. He played pretty good the first couple of games, but after a couple of games went by, I noticed he wasn't doing a good job blocking some balls in the dirt and stuff like that. And he wasn't the permanent solution anyway, so I was still looking for catchers to get. And Carlton Fisk was somebody that a couple of people mentioned that I should get, I'm pretty sure. So I was looking into this guy, and how to get this guy is you have to fill out the Red Sox roster. You have to get all the players, and it wasn't, I mean, the Red Sox don't have the most expensive roster to fill out. I mean, the only diamond players they have at the moment is Craig Kimbrell and David Price, and those guys aren't going for that much at all. Kimbrell's only going for I picked him up for $22,000, and David Price was around $30,000. So that's about the price of one diamond player on some teams. But the Red Sox also have a lot of expensive gold players too. David Ortiz, Xander Bogaerts, Mookie Betts. Those guys are going for around $8,000 each. So it's not the cheapest set to complete, but it's not the most expensive either. So I just wanted to complete a set anyway. Was looking for some teams to fill out the rosters, and I wish I could complete the Marlins roster. You got to get Giancarlo Stanton and Jose Fernandez to get that 93 overall flashback Hanley Ramirez. I was looking into that Hanley Ramirez. I know Hanley Ramirez has a 97 overall card too, but that was going for around $200K. And the 93 overall Hanley Ramirez is pretty sick. The guy has around 90-something speed, and he has good hitting stats too. But the 97 overall Hanley Ramirez he has way better hitting stats than 97 overall Hanley Ramirez, but the speed isn't that good. And for some reason too, I don't know why, but he doesn't have good fielding stats for either card. So that was a bit of a head scratcher when I was looking at the cards. But I'm still looking to get a shortstop, and I'm grinding out some innings right now with a certain team. It is a surprise. I am grinding out innings with a specific team, and I'm going to have a new shortstop in the next day or two. Ernie Banks is not getting the job done at all. Out of all the players I have picked up, Ernie Banks has done the least amount. Definitely, especially at the plate. He's played a couple good plays in the field. His fielding is pretty good, and the arm strength is pretty good. But man, at the plate, he has good power. But I've used him in a couple of games so far, more than a couple of games, and he hasn't been able to hit any dingers. And I'm honest to God, I only think I've gotten around 3 hits with him since I picked him up, and that was around a week ago. So he's not getting the job done. I think I said when I picked him up that he wasn't the permanent solution anyway, but I'm getting a new shortstop soon. Carlton Fisk in the first at-bat, lining one to left field and getting on the board with that opening single to left field. But Ernie Banks can't get the job done, just hitting a weak chopper and getting thrown out too. That's what I'm saying, man. He can't get the job done. The guy's supposed to have good power. Some people said I should pick him up. I know he probably does good for certain guys. Some guys, certain players you do good with, certain players you do bad with. Ernie Banks, I haven't been able to do jack shit with. Noah Syndergaard, talk about a guy that has been able to get the job done. Every single time this guy goes to the mound, he is just striking guys out everywhere you look. Some guys even leave before the second inning is over with because they don't want to deal with the heater. The 100 miles per hour fastball, nobody wants to deal with that shit. But Noah Syndergaard was on the mound, and he was doing what he does best, wheeling and dealing. Beltre hitting a weak fly out right there to the first baseman. I got a man in scoring position, but can't cash him in. Fielder hitting a weak dribbler to Cueto. This guy had Cueto on the mound too, if you didn't see. So, I forget what Cueto is overall, but he's definitely a gold. And Cueto has some good pitches too. Throws around 95, maybe 96 in this game on the heater. But Syndergaard, talk about the heater. The guy can't be stopped. And this guy was realizing that he probably wasn't going to get that much going, swinging the bat. So he is laying one down and getting a bunt single right there for the first hit of the game. And then Cueto is laying one down. Can't blame him for doing that, but this guy's got the lead finger right here trying to round second base. And I have no idea what he was doing there, and I have no idea what I was doing there because I wasn't even able to get that son of a bitch out going back to second. So he's got a man in scoring position, and he's taken off for third on the, not the pass ball, but in the dirt. He's trying to go for third base, and then the lead finger again coming into play. This guy's trying to round third base for some reason, making mistakes on the bases. This guy is. So Carlton Fisk up at the plate again, driving one to right field. Pretty deep, but it is not able to stay fair. Still a 0-0 game in the fourth inning. There's 2 down. 1-2 count to Fisk, and I'm chasing one in the dirt, man. I just had that, I don't know. Whenever I get new players, man, I'm always nervous with them at the plate because I feel like I need to do something with them to make an early impression. So I was pretty nervous every time Fisk came to the dish, and I go down swinging right there, but I was going to redeem myself, hopefully. SYNDERGAARD again, making easy work of that guy in the bottom of the fourth. Ichiro driving one to right field and can't land. I wasn't able to get anything in that inning, too, so that's why it went by pretty quick. SYNDERGAARD and Ernie Banks, I think, before Ichiro didn't do anything, so Ichiro was the last out of that inning. In this inning, 1 down, he's driving one to first base. Fielder can't field the ball. That actually went down as an error, even though Vasgersian said it was a hit. That went down as an error, and then he's trying to lay one down again. This guy trying to get all cheap and shit, laying bunts down. So I had Carl Crawford leading this inning off, and I was like, all right, if you want to lay some bunts down, I'm going to lay some bunts down. Crawford with that 97 speed, perfect bunt to the right side of the field, and then, man, the lead finger again. The lead fingers were coming into play in this game. I get a bit too anxious on the bases, and Crawford tries to steal early, but gets thrown out trying to get back to first base. Adrian Beltre driving a deep drive to center, but almost to the warning track. The game, it is still 0-0. This game is still very much up in the air. 1-0 count. There was 2 down to fielder. Driving one deep to center field. Prince Fielder is getting on the board, getting the squad on the board. That is what I am talking about. Fielder always comes through in the clutch, it seems. The guy is hitting about 400, no joke. He has a 400 average, I'm pretty sure, on the team, and he's actually one of the players I've had for the longest. He might have been one of the, I think he was the first flashback player I got, and he is hitting around 400. The guy just gets it done. If you haven't looked into that flashback Prince Fielder, you should pick him up, man, because he has power like nobody else. I think he has 98 power versus righties and 96 versus lefties, and the contact is pretty good too, but the fielding isn't that good, obviously, but he only plays first base, so that doesn't really matter. Johnny Cueto led off this inning, and you think it would be an easy out. Apparently not. He drives one to left field and gets on the board for his second hit of the game. Can you imagine if that was his first base hit of the game? He had 0 base hits coming into this inning, and then Cueto was able to lead it off, get the single. That would have been the biggest, but I actually probably would have laughed my ass off if that was the case, but that was his second hit of the game. Carlton Fisk can't get anything in his third at-bat of the game, and then what do you know? Ernie Banks with a man on first, grounding into the double play. So it's still 1-0. This guy is very much still in this game. You wouldn't think so just watching it. SYNDERGAARD is striking guys out everywhere you look, and it's only 1 zip for me. I think he only has 1 hit, if I can speak correctly. He only has 2 hits, if I can speak correctly. 2 hits up until this point. I have, damn it, I didn't see how much I have. I think I have about 8 or 9 at this point. Ichiro grounded one to the right side of the field. I knew he was going to run that out as soon as the first baseman got that. Ichiro gets down the baseline so easily, and then Crawford, that would have been a single up the gut if they weren't playing closer to second base right there. So Crawford grounds out for the inning-ending double play. And then, what is it? Bottom of the 8th now. And this guy can't get much going again. So he still only has 2 hits on the board. It's the top of the 9th. Beltre just flew out to lead off this inning. Prince Fielder is coming up next and driving one to right field for his second hit of the game. Gwynn hasn't joined the hit parade yet, driving another one to the opposite field. He was doing that all game, driving some balls to the opposite field. And stupid me could not keep track of how many outs there were. I swear there were 2 outs right there, but apparently there wasn't, obviously. There was only 1 down, and I was taken off with fielder for some reason, and I get thrown out on the double play. And then I am getting into some trouble in the bottom of the 9th. After getting the lead-off K, I believe, he is driving one to right center for the stand-up double. So this guy's got the tying run on second base. This guy's got the tying run on second base, and then after striking out the next guy, there is 2 down. He's down to his last strike, throwing the high heater. He can't keep up with it. SYNDERGAARD gets 20 Ks on the game. 20! SYNDERGAARD is untouchable. Carlton Fisk goes 1 for 3 in the debut. But like I said, I'm getting a new shortstop soon, so keep a lookout for more Diamond Dynasty.